So let's begin. I'll be explaining code for Project A initial setups. Project A. And so the first line of the code you have been seeing is the initial setup for Project A. So in the first few lines, this is mainly the setup for as you can see, the blink. And so for the ESP, which is the Wi-Fi connection, Wi-Fi communication, and the Blink IoT platform. And this is set up for the Wi-Fi credentials, my username and my password. And this is for the task one. We'll explain that later on. And this one is for the task 2 for this project, which is updating the values for V3. So let's jump right into the task 1. So what exactly is task 1? So the task 1 purpose is to make a sound when we switch on the V0 on the blink every 1 second. So that's what's going on. So we've first set up the beep state to low and the beep switch state to low. So once we turn on the switch, it will be on high. We'll turn on the switch on the blink application, and it will make a sound of 262 hertz, and it will delay for 1 second, and then it will mute. And so we have also updated we have also had to run a loop for the device, because on the task it also says that if the button A is pressed, then it will mute and it will stop the sound. That happens every 1 second, and it will then change the switch state to low. So when it's low, it will switch on. When we press the button A, the switch state on the IoT device, on the blink console, will be off, and the sound will stop playing. That is mainly for task 1. And so on task 2, it is the purpose of task 2 is to connect the LED to the M5 stack and make set up the blink console to red, green, blue, and when we turn on the red, it will show red on the connected LED to the ESP, and when we switch on the green, it will turn on green and blue for blue as well. So first, I've set up the states to all low so that there will be no lights. And so the LED pin for the first one is 21, so we connected the red to 21, the green to 22, and the blue to 23. So we connected it. Wait, give me a moment. So for the state, as you can see, if V2 is pressed, which is set up to be the red light, if V2 is pressed, the values will be 1, and V3 and V4 will be turned off. So the green and the red will be turned off. The green and the blue will be turned off, and red will show. So as red, it represents V2, and the lights will turn on. So red state will turn on. So red will show. And so same case here. If V3, which is the green, if V3 is pressed or V3 is switch on, the green lights will show. And lastly, so for V4, which is connected to the blue, it will show. And as well as blue will show, the switch for other things will turn off. Like for instance, green, red, and blue. The switch is on for green, and this is off and off. So if we switch on blue, this will off, and this will turn off automatically. And so now, let's continue with the Project B task 3. And so the first few lines of codes again is the setup. For the first 3 lines would be the preprocessors, directives, and constants. So it's just inputting the data template name and tokens. And so this one is nothing important. And then this will be the library inclusion. So it enables the Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi connection, and next is the blink, and this one is nothing important. It will enable the DHT temperature and humidity sensors. So let's begin with the actual code. So this code, line 13, this is the DHT sensor configuration. So purpose is to initialize the DHT sensor objects. So it's to pin 21. So we connected pin 21 to the DHT processors to the ESP device, and we specify that the type of sensor we're using, which is the DHT22. Okay, let's begin. So this will keep track of the number of the sensors reading, so it will be updated in the window. So next is the float. So it will store previous temperature and humidity values to compare it with the current readings. These are the global values. So this will be my Wi-Fi credentials. So it will be my username and my password. Okay. Next is the blink timer. This will create a timer object to schedule periodic tasks. So and this one is the temperature state, which is set to 0 as 0 Celsius, and so the next few lines of codes, this is the blink connection callback for V3. The purpose is to run automatically when the device connects to the blink cloud. It updates property for virtual pin V3, such as displaying the image as you can see, and also redirecting to the URL. Whatever that is. Let us continue with this part. Well, this is the blink or virtual pin handler. So the purpose of this is to handle changes to virtual pin V1, as you can see, from the blink app. So this will read the incoming values and assign it to temp state. So our first temp state was 0, right? So when temp state is 0, it will display Celsius, but when temp state is 1, it will display temperature in Fahrenheit, as you can see. This is the code that is here. Okay, so let's move on. So for the voice setup, from here to here, the purpose is to initialize hardware and set up communications. So for this one, it's just to analyze the M5 stack. This one is to start the 0 communication for debugging at 115.200 baud, and this one begins for the blink. So we have to define the token, the pass, the username, and the pass here. So we can just write that, and so this will become the timer for 1 whole second to run every second, and this initializes the DHT sensors. So let's jump to the loop function, where actually the main codes happen here. So this one is saying that every 2 seconds, to match the DHT sensor's slow read, we set the loop to happen every 2 seconds. So this will, the float hitch T and F, this will read the humidity, temperature, and read the temperature too. So read the temperature from the DHT sensor, read the read the humidity, read the temperature, and lastly also read the temperature, but this one is in Fahrenheit, so float Fahrenheit. And so for this if, so check if any readings are invalid. If invalid, prints an error message and exit to return. So as you can see here, but this is nothing important. This will happen usually when there's connection error. Next is the 0 print. So this one will be the so basically this this will increment the counter for the numbers of reading. So in the 0 monitor, this will +1 +1 +1 +1 until forever. It's just to show how many times the DHT sensors has read the values. And so for this one will be print the humidity and the temperature to the 0 monitor in both Celsius and Fahrenheit in the 0 monitor. So 0 monitor. That is about it. So in humidity, temperature, and Fahrenheit. Lastly is to initialize the blink. So it will manage the blink connection, and this will execute any scheduled timer. So in this last part, which is the it's just saying it reads data to the blink. So when the blink when the blink setup, which is V1, we set it up to the Celsius and the Fahrenheit. When it is turned to Celsius, which is the temp set 0, it will read the value in Celsius. But if the temperature is 1 or else, which is 1, so temp is equal to 1, it will read the value in Fahrenheit and the humidity as well. That is about it. And lastly is the V2 and V3, which will read the humidity. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.